So here we go. This match has a lot of men with a lot of different agendas in the ring right now. You got Mathematics going one-on-one right now with El Mosco Luchaderas. El Mosco Luchaderas is just looking for a victory here to move up the rankings for the Cruiserweight or the YouTube Championship. Lethal Mathematics, I have no idea what this guy wants right now. I have no idea what is on the mind of Lethal Mathematics. No one has spoke to Mathematics since bragging rights. He snapped, beat the hell out of Yoshino, and then left the arena. It's a completely new side of Mathematics that no one has ever seen. And I mean, it was sure. As you can see, I'm stuttering right now because it was absolutely shocking watching what we saw at bragging rights. Then you got Richard Hawkins, who is now just being tagged into this matchup, who is looking to get his hands on Tyler Fell before next week's YouTube Championship matchup. And now look at this, having him in a headlock. There is El Mosco. El Mosco now springboard crossbody and connects there with Richard Hawkins. Richard Hawkins in trouble right now. And I mean, again, Richard Hawkins needs to break out of his shell. He needs to do something different here. And here's a tag. And here comes a double team. And in comes the YouTube champion, Tyler Fell. Tyler Fell's agenda for this matchup is to get the hell out of this arena without Richard Hawkins doing too much damage. Tyler Fell, the YouTube champion right now, experiencing his first championship run here in the MPWF. Nice suplex there by Tyler Fell. Tyler Fell has been going after a championship since we began here in late 2009, and finally in the spring of 2011. Jesus, I'm back in time. And a nice net breaker there by Tyler Fell. Tyler Fell wins the YouTube championship. And again, when the announcement was made, something about will affect the four of these men sooner or later here in the MPWF. The MPWF Draft Lottery. The MPWF Draft will take place on the MPWF War after MPWF SummerSlam, ladies and gentlemen, not Starrcade, SummerSlam. Nice net breaker there by Richard Hawkins. More information will be released as the weeks go by, but trust me, that's going to be one hell of an event when the draft takes place. And Tyler Fell now knocking Richard Hawkins off the turnbuckle. El Mosco off the top 450 splash there on Hawkins. Big time impact. And El Mosco going for the cover here. One. And Lethal Mathematics break up the count. And Richard Hawkins now catching El Mosco in a headlock. Now twisting away at the wrist here. And again, big time slap to the head by Richard Hawkins. And Black Giant has been taken to a local medical facility, I've just been told in my headset. And I doubt very much that the Black Giant will be coming back tonight. I mean, Apollo will be facing Craig David in the main event of this evening. But I mean, the Black Giant, who has had a serious eye injury from bragging rights. Big clothesline there by El Mosco. I mean, it is certainly been aggravated by Apollo tonight. Something that nobody expected. The Black Giant came out here. He said his piece. He called Apollo out, and Apollo stepped up. The Black Giant has never been beat like this before. No one has never been able to stop him like this. And now look at this, back to this match as Tyler Fell with his foot on the rope and referee Monty McFly missing it, but Mathematics didn't. Tyler Fell getting pissed off at referee Monty McFly and knocks him over. And now Mosco catching him here, and here comes a double team. But Lethal Mathematics now catching Tyler Fell, and we're back to one of those strange, interesting situations in a tag team match. And it seems that Richard Hawkins is able to escape first. Nice elbow there as Hawkins trying to attack Fell, but Fell moves out the way. Also, we have a tag team championship match still to come tonight. The Cash Money Inc., Tyrone Fitzgerald and the Avenger will defend their championship belts against the number one contenders, White Boy Fresh and Blue. And Hector Rodriguez has said that he will leave them alone. A nice crossbody to the outside of the ring there by Mathematics. Rodriguez says that he will wait till next week to deal with White Boy Fresh and Blue. And I mean, Hector Rodriguez, that's a different kettle of fish right there. That's a story for a different time. Nice hip toss there by Lethal Mathematics. Eye right there by Fell. David Otunga, as we found out on the Superstars, will be fighting for his career tonight on Annihilation as well. If he wants a job here on Annihilation, he must defeat the Eclipse. Eclipse pretty much squashed him at bragging rights, and he has to try and find a way to stop him tonight. But you can see Mathematics, who seemed to found a way to stop El Mosco, as he has him up in a nice DDT there by Lethal. And Lethal now picking El Mosco up. And a big kick there by Lethal. Lethal going to throw him to the ropes. And nobody has seen or heard of Yamasaki Yoshino since bragging rights as well. And that's got to make Mathematics somewhat happy too. Mathematics heading up to the top rope with Lethal Mathematics. Lethal Mathematics cannot head to the top rope with Lethal Mathematics. He's heading to the top rope with El Mosco. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the snapmare takedown there by Mathematics as he drives El Mosco face first into the mat. And now, Lethal Mathematics setting up for something big here. big time move there by Lethal Mathematics, ladies and gentlemen. And now going for the cover here, and that is it. Lethal Mathematics, 1, 2, 3. Basic Addition wins the matchup for Lethal. And you saw that Richard Hawkins taking a cheap shot at Tyler Fell. Beat him up on the outside of the ring. As Richard Hawkins wants Tyler Fell. Next week they will be facing each other for the YouTube Championship. And I mean, Lethal Mathematics, again, you can see that I don't know if he's matured or what, but there's something more in the eyes of Lethal Mathematics. And now look at this right here. Mathematics patting Richard Hawkins on the back. Don't forget, Hawkins defeated him for the YouTube Championship, and now there is a sign of respect between those two. I guarantee you that if Richard Hawkins wins the YouTube Championship from Tyler Fell next week, he will give Lethal Mathematics the first shot. But right now, Mathematics is on the mic. Well, you damn right you snapped. You absolutely destroyed Yoshino at bragging rights. Oh my goodness, and what a challenge there by Mathematics. Mathematics just challenged Yamasaki Yoshino to a first blood match at MPWF Starrcade. And ladies and gentlemen, that one could turn, that could go horribly wrong. A first blood match, that's horrific. That's a hell of a challenge by Mathematics, but oh, look at this confrontation between the two men who will be facing each other in the main event later tonight. Well, you can see the tension rising. For weeks these two have wanted to get their hands on each other, and finally tonight they meet one-on-one in the main event. Well, right now David A-List Otunga goes one-on-one with the Eclipse. If Otunga wins, he gets a contract here on MPWF Annihilation. Well, I tell you right now, ladies and gentlemen, the MPWF fan base were certainly not happy when David Otunga showed up at bragging rights. Many expressed their voices, expressed their opinions on what they thought of Otunga. They don't believe he deserves to be here in the MPWF. And what David Otunga says to those people that I do deserve to be here. On Superstars, he defeated the fallen KJ Stevens in a great matchup. A decent matchup for David Otunga. And I've never seen David Otunga have a good match in my life until then. And now David Otunga looks to get retribution against the man who destroyed him, who embarrassed him at bragging rights. David Otunga trying to make a statement. Otunga wanted to be a part of the MPWF Championship match, but was denied by the Eclipse. Tonight, Otunga looks to win a contract and stop the ever-growing momentum of the Eclipse. Well, I mean, this man is quickly going to become a huge, big-time superstar here on MPWF Annihilation. The ovations this man gets already are amazing, and the Eclipse has only just begun. He had an impressive debut at bragging rights, and now he's here tonight in Victoria, Texas, ready to face David Otunga. Is David Otunga really ready to defeat the Eclipse tonight? Well, he's going to have to be, because his career here in Call Wrestling, his career here in the MPWF is on the line, and the Black Giant has it all in his hands. I mean, not the Black Giant, sorry, the Eclipse has it all in his hands. I'm still thinking about what happened earlier to the Black Giant. Ladies and gentlemen, I am extremely tired right now. As you see, I have to work every show here in the MPWF, so excuse DJ Johnny Phil good on commentary. but I will get this match called correctly because the Eclipse is ready to make an impact. The Eclipse, ladies and gentlemen, is about to take over. So here we go, David Otunga with the opportunity to win a contract here on MPWF Annihilation. All he has to do is defeat the Eclipse. And right there, David Otunga has hit more moves in this matchup than he did at Bragging Rights. David Otunga is already in a step in the right direction. And Otunga now with these big shots there. David Otunga is a pretty big man. Pretty strong, pretty powerful. And if you didn't know already, he's married to Jennifer Hudson. He'll tell you that himself. But nonetheless, the Eclipse could care less about how big you are, how strong you are, and who the hell you're married to. The Eclipse came here to compete. That's a nice takedown there by the Eclipse. Otunga now able to move out the way. You look at those elbows. David Otunga seems to have found some decent ground with those elbows and will spam the hell out of those. And you really can't blame him if he decides to spam moves. David Otunga needs to do whatever he can to defeat the Eclipse here tonight on Annihilation so he can have a shot here in the MPWF. So he can have a job here. Nice uppercut there by David Otunga. I mean, his career in the Nexus seems to be going nowhere. I mean, David Otunga is an original member of the Nexus, but yet, I mean, what has happened to him? Nothing. I mean, he had one crappy tag team title reign with an idiot, and that's pretty much what has happened to him. But nonetheless, Eclipse fighting back with a head scissor takedown there, knocking down David Otunga. Back to the MPWF and back to this matchup. Eclipse now has David Otunga up here, and beautiful fisherman suplex there by the Eclipse. Going for the cover, 2-0. David Otunga just getting the shoulder up. Picture perfect there. The Eclipse very impressive. And now drop kick there, sending Otunga into the ropes. Now Otunga in trouble now with him. Nice bulldog there by the Eclipse. So the fans here in Victoria, Texas, what they want to see is Otunga gone. They want to be able to chant, nah, 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 hey, 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 goodbye to Otunga. And a nice move to the outside of the ring there by the Eclipse. And this crowd here in Victoria, Texas is on his side. There with the Eclipse, and now the Eclipse watching Otunga, and Otunga fights back, trying to throw him into the steps, and a bulldog on the outside of the ring. Again, Otunga is certainly not technically sound. Otunga is certainly not the best brawler ever, but Otunga can do whatever, Otunga can get the job done. He can do enough to win the match, and you see how he throws the Eclipse into the steel steps. And now Otunga waiting on the inside of the ring. All Otunga has to do is win this matchup by countout, but the Eclipse now hanging him up in the ropes. And now the Eclipse stepping inside the ring, turning Otunga around. Oh, what a right jab there. Shades of the Road Dogg Jesse James. And I'm going for a big-time Russian leg sweep there by the Eclipse. Otunga moving out the way. Again, back to that elbow. That elbow seems to be working very well for Otunga. Otunga now back to that Norman Light suplex again as well. Otunga ain't changing up anything for these fans here in the MPWF. And Otunga surely will bring a lot more of that if he gets a job here on Annihilation. And again with those shots to the face. And now Otunga gonna hang the Eclipse up in the ropes there. And David Otunga now starting to take control of this matchup. And now he picks him up here. And big right hand there by Otunga. But look at that combination. And big Pele kick there by the Eclipse out of nowhere. Big time shot to the face of David Otunga. And now Otunga now being thrown into the ropes. And now, the Eclipse has him on the top turnbuckle. And what is the Eclipse setting for here? The Eclipse heading to the top rope. David Otunga, he's behind him. And beautiful move there off the top rope. A forward head scissors or a reverse head scissors. I'm not sure what you'd call that. Nonetheless, it was highly effective. And now, backbreaker to a net breaker. Beautiful combination there by the Eclipse. And the Eclipse now has Otunga up. In trouble is Otunga. And there goes the Trouble in Paradise kick by the Eclipse. And David Otunga is in a lot of trouble right now. And his career in the MPWF may be over. As that right there is the Eclipse by the Eclipse. And there we go. 1, 2, 3. Goodbye, sayonara. David Otunga has lost an opportunity to be a part of Annihilation. And what a victory there for the Eclipse here in the MPWF. And the momentum for this guy continues to grow. Tough luck for David Otunga. This is his final night here in the MPWF. But the Eclipse looks to head towards making it to the top. Looks to head towards championship gold. This guy for sure will be a YouTube champion in the future. This guy for sure will be a world champion in the future. He has the backing. He has the talent. Let's see if the Eclipse can pull it off. But ladies and gentlemen, we head for a break. When we return, we'll begin the Tag Team Championship match.